You say this in your book. I even wrote it down. This should be cross-stitched, I think. You are not the content of your mind. That is very powerful.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know if you remember writing that, but you did. You are not the content of your mind. And the reason I love that, and I'm gonna use that when I'm talking to my patients, is to be able to. People get caught up in thinking that because they're having the thought, it is true. They they can catastrophize or
Hmm.
have this excessive worry that happens, and they have this. There's a belief because we believe what's in our mind so much that that's what defines them, right? That's who they are, but they are not that. They are
We are
not
not.
that.
We are not the
Mm-mm.
mind chatter. To even stretch that a little bit further,
Mm-hmm.
Martin Seligman, who is a world famous psychologist,
Mm-hmm.
and was the first to discover a animal model of depression in the 70s, right? And he developed a term called learned helplessness.
Oh yeah.
And later he published and republished a book called Learned Optimism. And in what he discovered is that optimism, a habit of framing optimism as good, pessimism as bad, when in fact it really is context dependent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Mm-hmm.
OC, being over controlled in certain contexts is good, and in other contexts can be bad. What he found, though, is that the explanatory style that we adopt is highly correlated to the explanatory styles of our primary caregivers as children.
Oh. Oh yeah.
And so for most people, that is our mothers, right? That
Mm-hmm.
our mothers. So if
Mm-hmm.
our mothers are particularly optimistic, then we tend to adopt that explanatory style,
Mm-hmm.
just as if our mothers are particularly pessimistic. Now, my mother was particularly pessimistic. And I know that my default setting, my mind chatter, my monkey mind,
Mm-hmm.
is defaulted to a pessimistic setting. And in many areas of my life, that certainly has served me. In other areas of my life, it's been a liability. So there is a way that you can take the learned optimism test, right? And it will give you a sense of what is the dance that your dancing monkey, what's the tune that your dancing monkey plays to? Does it play to an optimistic tune or does it play to a pessimistic tune?
Mm-hmm.
Just to give listeners a way of becoming a little bit more curious about the
Mm-hmm.
default settings of their mind, so that they can better be able to observe it with purpose, non-judgmentally.